Hello and welcome back to This Show is a Mimic, the Sorodin Chronicles. I am Bertie the Bard, your Dungeon Master, and with me as always is...
What is up, everybody? It is Kenna, it is Miss Sirsha on TikTok, and today I will be playing the Water Genasi Barbarian named Audra.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ben, also known as Ben's D&D. I play Cade Vakian, the half-elf hexblade warlock.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god, that's so good.
My name's Hex. I play Jason Vagrant, the Mark of the Storm, half-elf fighter, rogue, swashbuckler, cleric, tempest, title.
Swashbuckler?
What's up, everybody? I'm Aaron of
The man of many titles.
I play Longest Shadow of the Moon, also known as Long Shadow, the Tabaxi Bladesinger Wizard Paladin. He's cool. He probably won't die this episode.
Probably.
No.
Let's see.
You've got 8 whole hit points. You're golden.
18.
18. Then I don't know what you're complaining about.
Exactly. You just have no more healing.
As long as your hit points are higher than your AC, like.
I need heat.
It's not though.
It's higher than your flat AC. And you know how I know that? Because if you look beneath me, we've got these lovely little passport things. And you can
so
see
good.
everyone's stats and their little character portraits. I did the thing. I didn't do it as a video. I did it using the regular gallery thing in OBS.
I hate you. I'm gonna go fix that after.
It's
I'm gonna
so
fight
good.
you.
I love it.
Also, I'm not in the cave anymore. Look at I can move my hands around.
In the
There's a
Sorodin
green
What the
campaign.
heck? Oh my
Look
god.
at him.
I can
Wow.
gesticulate.
It's weird
Gesticulate.
because I keep forgetting that on the stream you have your background keyed out because like you're just in front of a green screen.
But I've just got this background for now. I'll probably get something a bit different in there at some point. But I only tried out this green screen thing today. I wasn't sure if it was going to work. But yeah, I'm not in the cave anymore. I have a green screen. It's crazy. So exciting things are happening, and soon I'm getting a new webcam. So I'm really excited about that.
so precious, precious boyo.
We're always on the up and up here on Shazam. We also got a new overlay, just a couple of cool things. And this overlay does something for me that we do at the start of every session, which is shout out to our music people. The music you can hear right now is Death March of the Underking, and it's by Arcane Anthems. We love Arcane Anthems. Weston, he's fantastic. He's on all the social medias. He's on everywhere you can stream music. All of his music is available for free on his Patreon, and you should go check him out. We also use music from Incompetech.com, Kevin MacLeod, and from Soundhammer. That's everything from me. What do you guys want to shout out? Kenna,
Ooh, me. I want to shout out our friend Saf for the awesome D&D streetwear that she creates. Last week I wore a Lightning D20 shirt, and today I'm wearing the Happy You're Alive shirt. Of course, we have our death saves here. 2 failed, 3 succeeded. Oh my god, that was a close call. There's also a graphic on the back.
It looks like this.
Yeah, it looks like that! Brilliant,
There
Ben,
you
your
go.
lifesaver.
Hey.
So if you're interested in wearing some awesome streetwear but still repping that nerd culture that we all love, go ahead and check out her stuff at arcanewares.com. I'll drop a link in the chat at some point.
I've just dropped the link itself.
Aaron will drop a link.
Seth is amazing. Seth makes amazing stuff. Please go buy her awesome stuff.
Yes. Okie dokie.
I think that's it for announcements, right?
Yeah, I think that's everything. We had to cancel our Dungeons & Demigods stream this week, unfortunately. That was meant to be happening last night. So that's very sad. However, it will be back next Friday. Touch wood.
Hopefully.
Yes, it will be. Absolute positive
Hopefully.
thinking, Aaron. It will definitely be on Friday.
Manifest that for yourself.
100% it will be back on Friday, and we are really excited for that. And all the homebrew stuff we use for that Percy Jackson themed campaign is available on Aaron's Patreon, patreon.com/obsidianolive.
Dope.
Drop that link, Aaron.
I will.
All
right.
There's
currently a vote going on what class is going to get released this month. Is all I'm saying. If you want
What
to head
options?
over there, anyone. Currently, I think Dionysus is winning, but also I think Poseidon and like 2 others. I think Apollo was one of them that's up on the poll right now.
Cool.
But
Right,
yeah,
and
that's
that
what we're doing.
is everything we want to shout out for today. So we're gonna move on to the game. So last week we left off in a precarious position, to say the least. We had just you guys had just finished your rescue mission.
I'm already sweating.
For the Vakians, Cade's parents. You had infiltrated, well, not so much infiltrated as walked directly into a kill box designed by Aaron Jond'athan.
It occurred to me, why did we not all just go in through the window? Why did we go in through the front door at all?
Just one at a time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just tunnel into the kill box. Cool. Love that.
Just saying.
And yeah,
What's the marching order of death as you march to your death?
And you successfully managed to acquire Cade's parents after a very tight call, very close call. Long Shadow getting knocked out a couple of times, Cade being incapacitated from the start with the iron bands at binding. Long Shadow getting knocked out 3 times.
Healing spell.
Healing spell. Just let me die, Brian.
I think
however,
now's the perfect time to play with the cube.
However, Jason managed to get off the anti-magic manacles that were on Reynard and Raina Vakian, and Raina managed to teleport the entire party to safety. Well, relative safety, as you managed to touch down in the in Raina's childhood bedroom in the Vakian estate. And that is where we left off, with Raina exhaustedly leaning against her childhood desk. You know, I'm sorry. It was the only place I wanted to be. I didn't want to risk going somewhere else.
This is good enough. Anything away from there is good. Thank you.
Eli is going to spring into action.
Okay.
He sheathes his sword and he just leaves the room. He says, "Get ready to leave," and he just exits.
Right. Yeah, we shouldn't hang around. We should probably not safe
What
here.
the fuck was that? They were ready for us. They almost know our plan.
Vakians, we need to get you to the docks. We have a ship prepared.
You see, Reynard is kind of holding Charlotte, who is a bit unsteady on her feet. Charlotte is actually reaching out towards you, Cade. Just reaching out to take your hand.
I'll just take it and just give her just a hug.
They both pull you in for a hug. Your mother and father.
It's good to see you both. Sorry I've been gone so long. I'm sorry we have to part ways again so soon. But you guys have to get out of here.
No, we're coming with you.
No. We have to split up.
You have to keep our family together. This is...
I know. We gotta find somewhere safe for both of us. Where we're going is gonna be dangerous, and I don't want to put you guys in more danger than I already have. I have to get you guys out of the city and get yourself somewhere safe. We've got friends, allies in the south.
They look like they're about to protest, and then Eli re-enters. He has in each hand 2 large leather sacks. And he presses one into probably Audra's hand. And you see it's a large, heavy sack of gold. Take this. On the outskirts of this, on the southwestern gate, there is the city ranch and stables. We have some horses there. You may have to purchase some, but just take this, and I will catch up with you. I'll take my aunt and uncle to the ship.
Right.
You should be going with them on the ship.
You can go with them.
I'm not going with them. I'm going with you.
All right.
Okay.
We don't have
Be
time
safe,
to argue.
Eli.
Let us go.
If you can contact me once you are away, and I will find you that way. Please don't take Imperator.
Right.
Don't take. Don't.
Yeah,
What does it look like?
Imperator. That's all we know.
Imperator, which Cade would know is his horse.
Okay, so Kate knows what it looks like. Great. Okay, Audra takes the sack of gold, and can it fit in the haversack?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. So she shoves it
It's
in there.
It's like that big.
Oh, great. Yeah, she shoves it in there. Quick peek. Do any of the Vakians look like they need any amount of healing before they leave? Like
They
as
don't
long
look
as
like they're low on hit points to
Just
get meta. They just look exhausted, kind of beaten.
Okay.
Um,
And Long Shadow, what are you looking like right now?
I look vital AF because I am at like a third of my hit points. I'm fine.
you have also
Is-
used your lay on hands, both of you, I believe.
Yup, we are both
used
out of
5.
lay on hand.
Oh, you've used 5, which means you've got 5 left.
Hmm. So are either of you two hurt? Gravely?
No.
I don't. How many hits
Fine.
did Jason take at like last round?
Okay.
I think you took
I
a
fell off
couple
the
of.
balcony.
Didn't you also
Is that
take
it?
Did you also take a crossbow bolt? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
Great thing about being incapacitated the whole fight is that I wasn't a target, so I didn't take any damage.
Kate's fresh.
Long
She's ready to go.
Shadow, I'm gonna give you the rest of the 5.
Thank you.
And then before we set out, I'm gonna cure wounds myself.
What's it like to have spellcasting? It's great, right?
Amazing.
It's a good feeling, right?
It's great when you can only use it when you're not really mad.
That's also true. All right, Cade, it might be beneficial for them if before they leave you bestow them with your invisibility.
Right. Yes.
Once you
I can
cast
do
the
that on all
spell,
3
the
of you.
range, the range should be fine.
Mhm.
Um,
Right. Are the 3 of them all? Yeah, there are 3 of them all currently in the room with us, right? Eli
Yeah,
didn't go off again,
and they're also what Eli is kind of telling them to go and get new clothes.
Yeah. Let me know when you guys are ready to leave, and I'll cast an invisibility spell on the 3 of you before you leave.
They nod and they go off to get their clothes. They come back wearing something fresher. Some of their more understated clothes. Still quite fine, but nothing so lavish and flashy as you would normally see them in. And Reyna also retires like behind a screen to change out of her robes.
Yeah.
And after a very brief amount of time, they come back, and they look deeply sad. And they go to
Yeah.
UK, and they're just like, "This can't be goodbye. We just seen you."
I know. I will find you guys as soon as I can, but for now, smaller groups splitting up will help.
Where are we
And-
going?
Dock
Lorcar.
Lakar. South. We've got allies there. We have we know the it's the city captain, right?
Yeah, the captain of the city guard.
We know the captain of the city guard down there. They will keep you safe. You'll be safe there, far away from all of this. We'll come find you there at some point soon. Or Reyna might be able to. We'll be in contact, okay? I won't go radio silent like I did before. I'll stay in contact any way I can.
Eli also passes the sack of gold to Reynard, who it disappears into a pocket dimension. And
That's so dope.
so cool. I want that spell. Give it to me, Birdie. I want it.
You're a wizard. Reynard has been quite pretty silent. He looks pretty shaken. But he takes you by the shoulder, Cade, and he's just, "Thank you so much, my son."
You don't have to thank me.
No, I do. I thank you for coming back.
Of course. As soon as I knew you guys were in danger, I came right away.
I'll keep your mother safe.
Keep yourself safe as well, okay? Look after yourself.
And Eli says, "We have to go now."
Right. Eli, I can only cast this invisibility spell on the 3 of them. I don't have a capacity to do it more than that. So you'll be without
It's
invisibility magic.
Eli, Reynard, and Charlotte. Reyna's coming with you.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Coming with us.
Oh.
Never mind. Ignore me. I was thinking, wait, there's 3 of them. Never mind. Ignore that. Okay.
Okay, yeah, and you
I'll just cast it.
incant, and they vanish, and you hear them very hurriedly making their way out of the house.
Okay.
I would assume that
Labels.
Long Shadow gave them the papers for Talon.
Yeah, I would also assume that.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure isn't the
I actually
captain
give
have
it
the
to
letter?
Eli.
Alright.
captain has the letter.
Eli
of
has
instruction, but I also gave-
Eli has a
Eli
letter.
has the letter for the captain. The captain has the letter for Acna.
Acna, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yes. Okay. What are you guys doing?
I think we head
Stables?
towards the stables.
Right. I know the way.
Okay. What time of day is it?
It's mid-afternoon.
Brilliant. Audra's hood is up.
Okay.
As we're leaving, Long Shadow will turn into one of the random patrons from the inns he went through last night.
Okay. Jason and Cade?
I do have my last spell slot where I could cast. No, if I cast Ability again, it gets rid of the last use of it, doesn't it?
You would know.
Because
I'm just going to remind you guys of this because it's been a week. Eli had mentioned earlier this morning that he had been followed by guards. Well, there had been a concentration of guards outside the house when he left this morning. Just reminding you of that.
The house is like an estate, right? So if there were guards, they would be out near the front.
Yeah, so there's like it's like a large, I don't know what it's called. Basically a roundabout outside. It's like a really big fancy cul-de-sac, and then it's all these very large buildings that have very long gardens at the back.
What are the
Say we garden hop.
separators between the gardens look like? Are they like walls? They like hedges?
They would be low walls with large hedges.
Okay. Easily squeezable through?
No. You'd have to. You could probably mold earth under them.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. He just wants to use it so bad. He just wants to use it so bad.
Cantrip I've used like twice, and one was to entertain a child.
Okay.
Let's go.
Are
we going garden hopping?
Yes, we should head through the back so we do not encounter the guards.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it takes you a little bit to get to the back of the Vakian estate. It extends further than you'd even seen before. And yeah, this is a very lavish, large estate. But eventually you do make your way to the back where there are these large hedges giving privacy that are about 20 feet high. And
you reach one hand in front of me and bring my fist up, and as I do so, all of the dirt underneath the wall in a 5-foot cube is just going to pull itself outward and disperse itself evenly on either side.
Mm-hmm. So you end up creating a little bit of a hill either side.
Yeah.
But yeah, you eventually have a small tunnel underneath it. And yeah, you make your way into the what is behind, which is just some kind of empty greenery space. Few trees dotted around, but this doesn't seem to belong to any kind of building. And if you want to make your way towards the back gate, I want stealth checks from everyone, please.
Yes.
All right.
If you're invisible, it's with advantage.
None of us are, I think, because the concentration on the back.
Yeah,
Right.
concentration. I'm still concentrating
Oh, right, yeah.
on their invisibility spell, so I can't.
Absolutely.
Guys, this bodes well for today. Is a natural 19 plus 8. That is a 27 stealth check.
Holy sh!
I
rolled
plus
a
stealth.
I rolled a 16.
13.
16, 13. Okay.
8 plus 7 for 15.
And Long Shadow?
This is a 27.
20.
Yeah, he's just lost. We don't know where he's at.
And Raina wasn't that hot, but it's okay. And yeah, between you managed to stay pretty quiet. You have to dodge past some guards who you think might notice you a little bit. Raina has picked some less conspicuous clothes, but they are still quite wealthy looking. But you managed to eventually make your way towards the edge of the city. It takes about an hour and a half or so.
Do we see any like guard presence activity, people running to and fro, or is it a lot more low key, people looking for us?
You would be able to tell that they are a little bit more on alert. They aren't like actively knocking in doors, but you can see there is a little bit more activity. The guards don't seem to be, standing around doing nothing. They are clearly looking for something. So you get the impression that you are wanted, but they aren't quite. You managed to avoid them mainly.
Not overtly.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm gonna fall in lockstep with Cade.
It seems as though they are not sure if we are actually in the city or not.
Right.
This is good.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Something we can use to our advantage.
and before long, you manage to make your way to the outskirts of the city, where these high marble white walls are, and just outside, just within the confines of the walls, there is a large stretch of green grassland, and some large city stables where many people can pay to have their horses kept while they're in the city. And the Vakians have have had horses here for years.
Does it look like there are any people between us and where we're trying to get to?
You're right at one of the gates of the whole city, so there's lots of people coming and going.
Any guards?
Yes, there would be guards. The guards around the gate look particularly on alert.
Are there any carts or wagons going through?
Yeah, there would be. This is one of the main gates to the mainland.
Perhaps we each leave the gate individually.
Okay.
And we are less conspicuous by ourselves. We might even be able to sneak Reyna onto the back of one of these carts without people noticing.
We can't dig a tunnel under the wall? We were
Probably
doing so
not.
great back there.
You wouldn't be able to. The land here is too compacted to support the weight of the wall. Your mold earth wouldn't be strong enough to get through it.
Damn.
Yeah, it only moves loose earth, like dirt.
How tall is the wall?
Pretty tall. I'd say like 40 feet.
Okay.
That's a wall. Holy
That's a
shit.
wall.
That's
What
a
up,
big
Bossing
wall.
Say? How you doing?
Not quite Barsing Say, but not far off.
Is traffic in and out restricted at all?
It doesn't look like it is. It doesn't look. They're not like stopping anyone. But they are examining people as they go past.
Yeah.
You see a couple of times they will like pull someone across if they ask them a few questions, and then they let them through.
Wouldn't be so easy to just leave, huh?
Kaeth, perhaps, how long has it been since you've cast your spell on your parents?
It's been about, so it would have worn off by now.
It would have worn off by now. I did feel it go about 30 minutes ago.
Perhaps what we could do is we go get some of the horses from the stables. And then two of us, perhaps myself and Jason, disguised as myself and Jason as himself. We only get 2 horses, 3 horses. We make you invisible up on the horses' backs. And we make it look like we're guiding them out.
Right. Yeah, we could do that.
Shouldn't draw suspicion. People move horses places all the time.
It's not a bad idea.
Who are we sending in to get the horses?
We are seen though. We will be a lot slower in getting away if we are to make a break for it.
That is true, but
We
the
just
thing
have to-
is, no, continue. I apologize.
No, go ahead.
The thing is if we make a break for it here, we are going to be pursued, and we are probably going to lose that pursual regardless. We will be captured. We need to be stealthy here.
Okay, so the plan is who would go? I guess we would all probably go and get the horse. How far away is the stable?
Well, you're within the area. You can see it. There's a large thoroughfare between you and it.
Long Shadow's disguised as someone else. I think we send him as.
I would have had, if it's been an hour and a half, I would have had to recast it. I probably would have picked a random pedestrian. So let me get rid of some spell slots real quick. Yeah.
Are we trying to get the Vakian's horses? Because if we're trying to do that, then we're gonna need Cade.
Yes.
Okay, so
Cade is
and-
wanted.
Does the stable know that?
Okay,
Probably.
how can we trust the stable hands?
We pay them. I take out the sack of gold. Can I guess how much gold is in it based on
1,000 gold.
Okay.
Elo would have told you. Elo would have told you it's 1,000 gold.
Shit.
Don't.
Eli basically
Fuck paying the stable hand. Fuck
Eli
that.
basically-
we steal the horses. We sit and keep the gold.
Eli basically cleared out the family coffers.
Mhm.
So any money
Nice.
that the Vakians have would have been that was in the house he would have cleared out.
Wait, Cade, you're poor now?
No. The Vakians have more money
No,
than is in the
that's
house.
my money.
Anyway,
That order is holding.
so if we go and we get the horses, we pay off the stable hand, we do what you did, we make us invisible, sit us on top of the horses, you two guide the horses out of the gate. Once we get past the gate, we just make a break for it, right?
I think
I
that is the
guess so.
best possible option. Perhaps we even try and see how long we can keep quiet going through the gate.
Yes.
Perhaps try and get out of line of sight of the city before we
I
make
agree.
a full break for it.
I agree.
Because, like Long Shadow said, they don't know if we're in the city still, and if there's a suspicion that we may still be here and we can get out without letting them know, that'll slow their progress in finding us.
That's even more time that we are
Mm.
giving them and we are having ourselves. Okay.
Exactly.
Because what we really need is we don't need to get far from the city. We need to get somewhere safe, so that Reina might get us somewhere safer.
Yeah.
Reyna is going to while you're saying this, she puts her hand to her chest and looks a little bit scared all of a sudden, and she yanks off a necklace she had around her neck and puts it on Cade hurriedly.
What? this?
Oh, nice!
This was what they were... completely forgot, so I apologize. This is what they were using to hide me. It's a
Right.
amulet of anti-scrying. And if
Oh, shit.
his hexblade could find you,
Oh, yikes.
this should hopefully hide you from that detection.
Wait, so they were scrying on us?
So this amulet of anti-scrying was to protect Reyna from things like sending messages.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they weren't getting through.
Did she ever receive them and just couldn't send them, or was it nothing?
I couldn't. After the first one, I tried to respond, and he put this on me.
Ah, okay. So after that, she wasn't even getting your messages.
Yeah.
Ah.
I
Just
wouldn't.
to let you know,
once-
your brother was sending you his best wishes pretty often.
Thank you. I wouldn't hold on to it for too long. Until once we're clear of the city, I'd get rid of it. He may use it as a teleport target.
Right.
Ooh.
That's a good point. What if we were put it in a demi-plane?
Perhaps that might work.
Bag of holding. Do 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 do.
Haversack.
That's a good point.
Don't worry, just sell it later. It's fine. More money.
We're gonna go sell it to Anwar
More
for like 3
money.
times the price.
God, Jond'athan's gonna show up at Animar's shop and be like, "Post up."
Yeah, it's a great way of getting your friend murdered.
You can't murder Anwar. He's
All right, we'll wait till we
invisible,
find a
I
dickhead
can't.
magician.
Yeah.
Or we
and
can
then we'll
just
figure
leave
it
him
out.
to the archfey.
Jond'athan can. You just give it to the Ocean Lord. Just here
What
you
if
go.
I track down Captain Lastblade, sell it to him, and then we turn them on each other?
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing about the horses?
Question. Instead of Cade going and getting the horses, can Reyna go and get the horses? No one's
Reyna's
looking for
also
Reyna,
one.
right? And she is a Vakian.
I think people
Reina.
are looking for Reina.
Is there anyone
Weren't they
in your
holding them
family
hostage?
who is not currently wanted by the city guard who could access your horses?
Eli? Although that's gone now.
Yeah.
No.
Well then, Jason, I think it's your turn.
Oh
We don't
boy.
need to steal the horses. That will create such a ruckus.
Only if we get caught.
Why
That's
are
the
we
whole
stealing them?
point.
We own them.
Exactly. Let's just go.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought we had to talk to somebody to get access to them. Can we just go to a stable and like undo them?
No, we talked to the stable hand.
Okay, I was asking you, Birdie.
No, you talked to the stable hand.
Okay.
Right.
I was just making that clear. That's why I wasn't speaking in Long Shadow voice. I was confused.
But if we
Okay.
okay, then perhaps we just pay off the stable hand.
That's what I said.
I know you were right. I was trying to do
Whatever
something
we're gonna
fun.
do, we should do it quickly, because standing here is conspicuous.
Oh, not
Okay, I would
that.
like to say that Audra is never going to be outside of 5 feet of Jason.
Okay.
Or, excuse me, 5 of Cade.
Oh.
Okay.
Love you, bro, but no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You've got Tifa now. This is my new surrogate brother.
Guys, if you were all adopting siblings, can I have Reyna? I want an Arcanist sister.
Sure.
All my sisters are assholes, is all I'm saying.
All right. Then perhaps Audra, do you want to go pay off the stable hand or one of the Vakians to do it?
Come on, Jason, let's go.
Alright, and I'll stand with the magical siblings.
All right.
Wait, but there are horses.
Yeah, aren't we all going and then people are turning invisible and we're leaving directly from there?
I can do that. I
Wait,
can turn
so
myself, Long Shadow, and you, Reyna. I can turn the 3 of us invisible, and then these 2 can go up, pay the stable hand for the horses, and then we get on them.
I hate to
invisibly.
reiterate, they're not going to give our horses to some random people.
but they're not. Are they going to give it to wanted criminals? Who's
We
in
aren't.
that?
We don't have posters up.
Do
Well,
we
except
have
for him.
to?
He points at Cade.
Do we have to take your horses? Why can we not just buy new horses?
We can do. We have the gold.
Oh, Bucky.
For now, right now, why do you not try and go in with perhaps Jason and you to go get the horses?
Very well. She pulls up her hood.
But what if the stable hands do know and they tip off the guards?
Then
kill
I'll
them.
Pay them off. Okay. Or pay them off. That works too.
Reyna points at Audra.
What the fuck, Reyna?
Oh, that's great.
Audra hands Reyna the gold.
Thank you. And pulls up her hood and starts. She straightens up and she just walks straight across.
By the way, Cade, I can disguise myself. The invisible one should be you, Reyna, and Audra.
Right.
Okay, and so yeah, if who's going with Reyna?
I think Jason is.
I think
Okay.
Jason
Yeah.
is.
It's
Um,
no one
normal.
coming with Jason.
Reyna will keep you responsible.
Audra said she was staying within 5 feet of Kate at all times. in
Also,
case-
I trust Jason to get the important things
You
done.
know
I
what?
think
Heck
Jason's matured a little bit recently, so.
Ooh.
he's mature.
He's a man of God now.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so you guys head over through this thing and through this large wooden arch, and you get a little ways in, and inside the stables there isn't actually a guard presence. Once you're under cover, Reyna lowers her hood and just walks very prim and proper. You can tell she has the kind of noble bearing that Cade does not have. And you like, it's hard to tell Cade's from Money. It's easy to tell Reyna is from Money. And she goes over and she's just like, hello, stable hand. Reyna Vakian, I'd like to take our family's horses out. Miss Vakian, I didn't know you were in the city. Okay.
Jason's gonna put his hand on his blade, like he's gonna like flinch to put it, but like not actually do anything.
He like doesn't really do much. He just leads you guys through. He goes right this way, and he leads you through some of the stalls, and you pass by some. You start off in the very, very nice ones, and you see some like very fine horses in some of these stables that clearly have a better diet than some of the people in the city. They've got
That's true.
you know, like
Capitalism.
incredible decorative barding. And eventually you get to a stall that's is named Vakian, and it's like a stable within a stable. So like the Vakians clearly have their own kind of stalls. And inside there are a number of horses. There's a chestnut brown horse, a light brown horse, a white horse, and a black horse. And Reyna starts going to go, if you could get that one, that's Cade's. And she gestures to the light brown horse.
Are we taking all of them?
We aren't taking Imperator, and she points to the black horse.
Okay, but the other 4 we are.
Yes, this is Autumn and Maiden.
Jason's very much in his own head at the moment. He's watching the way that Raina's walking and moving and the way she carries herself. He's trying to imitate it, but it's just not working whatsoever. Like he's just clanking along and trying to like.
It's very kind of awkward walking with your back so straight. You kind of like overarch a bit.
Yeah,
and it looks
Jason's
a bit goofy.
Posture's terrible as well. Like,
you're really showing your chest out, and it's like.
Like he's like trying to correct which way his neck is.
Yeah. And if you want to try and get Bucky, Cade's horse.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just make me a quick animal handling check.
Oh no, Bucky!
I knew this was coming.
Is he called Bucky because he bucks people off?
We're about to find out.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. That's a 2. Sorry.
This was not a high DC, but you just failed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jason's gonna like try and melt on top of it. He's gonna.
You try to get on top of it?
No, he's gonna like try and like pull it towards him, sort of thing. And
Hey Jason, what's your max HP?
You've never
it's like a small living land ship.
Yeah, you've never had a horse before. The closest thing you had was when you had a horse and cart for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
That you left at Adamant. And
the horse and cart we left at the Academy.
Oh yeah, you left at the academy, yeah. And you were never in charge of the of driving that. So this is the first time you've had to deal with a horse.
No.
And you get the reins, like the bit and bridle, and you just kind of start pulling it away, and you think, oh, it's just gonna follow me, right? And it starts like pulling away from you a bit, like not recognizing you are a completely unrecognizable person to him, and he's just gonna kind of he's not gonna kick you, but he is just gonna shove you a bit with his head.
I'm gonna shove him back with my head.
You're gonna headbutt a horse and die.
Not headbutt, but like push it with the horse.
Okay, and as you push against it, his front leg kicks out a bit. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Brilliant.
You little shit! Fuck! Raina comes back.
Around on one leg.
Raina comes back with 2 horses in hand, and she just puts them aside in a minute and comes into your stall, and she's like, whoa, and kind of starts calming the horse down. Just like, you have to introduce yourself first.
Hi, my name's Jason.
Not like that. Come here, and she takes you up. She takes you by the hands, and she kind of shows you how to pet the horse.
Aaron, I swear to God. Aaron, you fuck.
I said nothing.
I watched your face.
It is a little bit. What's the film called? Ghost.
No.
Oh, really?
It's a little bit like that.
Really?
Cade, Jason's gonna fuck your sister. No.
Oh, Jason's not interested in that.
Valid.
God.
Jason's only love is the sea.
Doesn't know which he feels more awkward, the living, breathing female next to him or the horse that he's trying to.
The brown stallion in front of you.
Yeah, that's what they called me in high school.
Yep. Anyway, and after a bit, you manage to introduce the horse to yourself a bit, and it gets to know your smell and learns that you want an enemy after you headbutted it.
No, he didn't headbutt it. He nudged it with his head, like the way. But yeah.
And eventually, you manage to get it to. You learn how to lead it a little bit.
Yeah.
He goes, do we want more horses for the others, or are we just going to make do with 3?
I think we should kind of take as many as we can.
Well, we have the gestures to our pouch. We have the gold to buy more. If we want a horse each.
Should we buy more? How many more would we need to buy? 1.
2.
Or
There's 5
two,
of you.
2 more. Okay.
Aren't I going on the back of someone's horse invisibly though? Wasn't that
So
the plan?
we can be guiding horses without people on them. That's actually quite normal.
Yeah, it's very
Especially
normal.
if we're taking horses places.
Okay, a riding horse is 75 gold pieces. A war horse is 400.
Also, I don't think I should ride a horse.
Well, we all have to learn eventually.
What do you think, Raina?
I would rather not share a horse.
Okay. Well,
Personally.
why?
So it's down to
I
whether or
can
not
just-
you would all like to share a horse.
Well, if you don't want to share a horse, then you can have your horse to yourself. We can buy one more horse, and I'll jump on the back of someone else's.
Very well. And she goes and speaks to the stable hand. There's some gold is exchanged. She's just going to buy a standard riding horse for 75 gold pieces. So mark that off. Whoever's keeping track.
I got it.
And it's going to be a nice little speckled grey horse. It's grey with some speckles of white. Nothing, crazy. Comes with a saddle and a bit and bridle, whatever that stuff is. The stuff you need to ride a horse. And after a little bit, Jason and Raina re-emerge with 4 horses in tow.
Got an extra one because we could.
You didn't steal it, did you?
No, we
Oh,
paid money for it.
Okay, good. Jeez.
Oh, Raina also would have given the stable boy a little bit to keep quiet. So I'd say it paid about 5 gold, which is a lot for a stable hand.
That's 5 goats. That's insane.
Yeah.
I love thinking about gold. Well, think about it. Gold is equivalent to a goat. So if you're carrying around 1,000 gold, you could buy 1,000 goats with that.
You need to
That's a lot
find
of
1,000 goats. Is the main
Still.
thing there.
I mean, you could go around collecting goats.
Right?
Thing is,
Everywhere
though,
that we go.
That's not quite
Yeah,
the
makes
equivalent. That's not quite the equivalent because if you want to buy 1,000 goats, if you have someone who has 1,000 goats, you could probably get money off for buying 1,000 goats.
Yeah.
Like,
But also, you need to
goats.
buy livery and stuff for them as well.
Yeah, I know. I
know.
always like thinking about the fact
Anyway.
that 1 coin is a goat.
So much
And
And
better.
also,
Anyway.
what if the goats stop mating and breed more goats?
Okay.
Anyway.
We've gone far left.
We can start a goat farm.
Oh my god. We're gonna
That's
start a
gonna
goat
be
cult.
the retirement plan. After you guys hit level 20 and you finish killing God,
That's
Is
how
you
we're gonna
start a
free
goat
Riddick
farm.
to you, is to get money by starting a goat farm. We'll become the best goat trader.
In 20 years, we'll be millionaires.
Fuck the
Um,
wave breakers. We could be the goats.
For real.
All right.
Okay.
Oh god.
So are we turning invisible and getting on the horses?
Yup.
So, there's Bucky, there is Autumn, who is your mother's horse, and there is Maiden, who is the white horse, who is your father's horse. And Raina is going to take Maiden.
Okay.
Reina, are there is there anyone that is known for? No, I won't even go for it. I was going to ask if there was anyone who is known for trading horses in and out of the city, but better not to be someone recognized.
I don't know.
And just in case we're stopped.
Question.
Hmm.
I assume Cade would be on Bucky.
I would also assume that.
Is it possible for Audra to also be on the horse with Cade?
That's
Yeah.
a lot of person.
You'd be straining the horse a bit.
Cade, I'm gonna leave it up
You
to
do have
you.
four. You do have
either-
4 horses.
Right, but my thing is if anybody shoots us with arrows, I want Cade to be in full cover.
I'll be fine.
So the thing is, if you ride on the back of Cade's horse, that means Jason now has to ride a horse on his own.
It's also another factor.
Okay, I'll hop on.
I can go on with Cade. I'm smaller.
Is anyone
like-
riding?
Cade and Jason would be quite comfortable on a horse, and also that would mean Cade could ride for Jason.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Sitting in his lap. So cute.
yeah. I'll sit on like one side.
Yeah, like
Oh.
Ghost.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'll
God.
Jason's getting fresh with all the Vakians today.
Jesus.
Um,
which member of the Vakians is Jason going to fuck? Find out next time. God.
None of the
Okay.
above.
And
Ugh.
that's fine.
It was all about
Is
your dad, Cade.
Is anyone riding on them yet?
I
No-
was.
Oh,
you can have it.
Ultra.
And then what was the
Then
other
there's it doesn't have a name yet. You just bought it.
one? Your name shall be Clarabelle.
I'm gonna get on the top of that one.
Clarabelle. That's nice.
Is it a girl horse?
I don't care. There's no need for name gender norms with horses.
It's a male
Okay.
horse.
Fine.
And you know who spent probably the second least amount of time with horses in this campaign?
Maybe an animal handling check.
All of us?
No, just Long Shadow.
Oh, okay, great.
See, I
Or
haven't looked at the diet and all
you've
the
driven
playground.
horses in your carriage. I'd say you are
Plus
somewhat
one?
familiar with them.
That is a 13 plus 1. That is a 14.
Okay. It takes you a little bit. You're a little bit awkward. You're not quite used to it, but you've seen it and you've done it enough times. You're just not that comfortable. You're a beginner, but you can get it to a slow trot.
Clarabelle, the dude horse.
I rolled and I said if it's above 10, it's a dude. I rolled a 15.
It's a dude.
What up, dude, bro?
Got a big old horse tallywhacker.
Oh God.
I would like to point out that was a time in which I did not bring it there. It was not me. Point that shit out.
Clarabelle is indeed the manliest horse.
Correct.
This is not. Never mind. Moving on.
It's it's
Definitely
bald and
wasn't
got
gonna
a
make an
goatee.
Echoes reference.
Looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Let us.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a length of rope and attach it to the bridles of the horses that will have invisible people on them, and attach them to the back of the saddles of Jason and I's horses.
That would be
So-
Maiden and Maiden Autumn both be empty
Yeah.
because Audra and Raina are both going invisible.
Yeah. So, I think I'll hook Maiden. Actually, 2 horses on 1 is actually totally doable. So, Cade will be riding for Jason, right?
Yeah,
In
so
terms of,
like Jason will be pretending to hold the reins, and it will actually be Cade.
Okay, then I think probably we should put, because Cade knows how to ride horses. Actually, we should probably attach the horses to your horse, right?
Mm.
All right, then we'll do that. I think. Okay. So yeah, we're clear on the plan, everybody.
Yep. We're
And
gonna
I-
walk straight out through the front gate.
And we're gonna walk as far as we
uh,
can without getting in trouble.
So who am I turning invisible? Myself.
Yourself, Audra, and Reyna.
Audra and Raina. Cool. Done.
And then
Okay,
I'm
last
going to
spell
use my
slot.
last first level slot, and I'm going to go ahead and re-up my disguise self as a half elf who is a mixture of a ton of people that we've
Right,
passed at this
okay.
point, who looks a little bit more well-to-do, like he could probably be selling horses, wearing like leathers and stuff like that. And I'm gonna give him a nice forked beard.
Ooh.
And a pork pie hat.
Maiden is going to trot up next to Bucky, and Jason, you would feel a hand on your shoulder. Because this is the last of my magic for today. And your face changes,
Oh.
and she casts. You can cast disguise self on other people, can't you?
Nope, that's why
No.
I've never done it to
So-
Audra.
Never mind, she doesn't do that.
Otherwise, I would probably be disguising Audra more often than myself.
Ignore me.
Because Audra's green.
She says, "This is the last of my magic today," and winks at you, but she's invisible, so you can't see it.
No, nothing. No, she doesn't do that. She doesn't do that. She's just.
And starts to rub
She doesn't do that. She doesn't come to you.
Oh,
Mm,
just getting left by all the women today.
sorry.
Okie dokie. So you guys are gonna head out of the gate, and can I get D10 rolls from Longshadow and Audra, please?
D10 rolls? Oh, fuck muffins.
Can one of you roll a D10 and one of you roll a percentile? Actually, Aaron, can you roll a percentile?
Oh, okay, let me re-roll that.
I'm scared.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 4.
So it's a total of 94.
Okay.
49.
No, I rolled the percentile.
Oh, so that goes first. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay. You managed to trot your horses at a steady pace. The guards examine you very closely. You see, you kind of lock eyes with one of them at one point, and then their eyes pass over you.
I stroke my beard as I look away from him. My magnificent forked beard.
Jason's doing his like postured walk.
Yeah, they kind of like they give you a bit of
Even
a
though he's-
second look, Jason, and then they look past you, and you manage to trot out of the city without being harassed.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh my god, we made it. Okay.
Yeah.
We just keep going. How far until we get to the woods?
Like, yeah, how far away
Um,
are the woods?
It would be getting it is a bit of a ways. Like there's a lot of space to allow things like festivals to happen. And then after this is way into intense music.
Are the woods like the start of not being able to see the city, or would it be enough flat land to where the city couldn't see us before we hit the woods and we could just start full out riding?
There's enough, like the city could still see you until you get to the woods. It's not that far.
Okay, we'll have to-
It
that's
would be about 20 minutes, and then you get to the woodland. 'Cause the woodland is like part of a feature of the city, because like I said, the woodland is very carefully gardened. It's not the regular wildlands you're used to.
Yeah.
Mm.
Once we're far enough from the walls that we wouldn't be heard, is there too many travelers on the path?
There are quite a few on the main road.
Grab that.
There are some that are moving
is
at
it-
a fair pace.
yeah.
If you wanted to start opening up,
I'm gonna pose out to the group. Once we can actually get out of here properly, where is it that we're going?
That's a very good question.
We didn't particularly think that
The
far.
point is we don't need a location. We need somewhere where we can stay safe and discuss our options as to where Reyna thinks that she can take us.
Agreed.
Because if there is no safe spot, then we go all the way to Upsidor.
Well, and we did have a well, if we're going straight across the center of the island, surely we're gonna come across the capital.
That's further south.
Wait, that's
Yeah,
much further south.
Yeah,
That's
capital's
Is it,
further south. We went
okay.
straight across.
Well,
run into it.
if we were to follow them, it is a straight shot across, without encountering the capital. However, the main roads all go through the capital.
We will not be using the main roads for longer than we have to.
It may take some time then if we're going through back roads.
Reyna,
And
do
also
you...
we
Oh,
had
Continue.
we had the task as well from an archfey that we haven't completed.
That is a task for another time. That can
I'm
be
going to
give that a
completed.
You
Yeah.
met an archfey.
That was
Oh
a...
boy.
we'll
That's
tell
a
you
story
tonight
for
what
when
we
we
think.
get safe. We'll talk about
Yeah.
it later.
Okay.
Is
Well,
Not wanting to bring that up again.
Reyna, do you
Just
have
yet.
the arcane sigil of any location or city that is in the northern half of Sorodin?
I think I might recognize the one for Fenador, but that's a bit out of our way.
The thing is, if we can teleport off of the main roads, even if it's out of the way, it's one of those things where it's less likely they will be able to find us.
I understand. But
Have you
Fenador,
got any allies that we can go to?
there are some smaller guilds that are branches of the academy. In some of the major cities, I believe Fenador has one.
Fenador, anyone?
I think
Where
we
is
make
that?
camp.
It's north.
Uh,
It's the capital of Mercatoria,
Yeah,
which is the
it's-
kingdom you are currently headed towards.
Yeah, because there's Solinor here, and then Fenador's up here, and Obsidor's here. So technically, we could get to Obsidor probably quicker just going across the country.
Hmm.
But we're then using the roads that lead directly from Kaeth Solen to Obsidor.
Yeah.
And then Fenador is about the same distance from Obsidor as Kaeth Solen, but we might have to cross a little bit of water, which I feel like you guys are more comfortable on the water anyway. We wouldn't go in the Pontus Sea. That looks like there's rivers we could use.
Well, also as well as if people are looking for us, might not necessarily have Fenador in mind to look for us.
Exactly. And Infernador is also, I don't know if we know anyone there, but I'm not Long Shadow.
I don't know if we know anyone there in Venedor, but it might be another place to find allies that is farther from the reach of Soros.
Possibly.
The only other place I can think of is the academy.
Do you think it would be worth it if we're going to make an attack on Obsidor to go to the academy first? We currently have a ship in Lorcar, or headed towards Lorcar, that would be able to help us gather allies and supplies if you wanted to sail around.
I do not trust the academy at the moment, purely
That was gonna
because
be my
I
question.
know that Valtaika is under the influence of the cult,
Oh.
Good to
and
know.
the academy is a little too close to Verenjur for my liking.
Good to know. All right.
North it is.
I need to
Do we
rest
know
before
any-
I can move us again.
Do we know anyone in Bernard?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
I hear stories of Bernard, and I thought perhaps allies might be waiting for us there.
What
do you
stories
know
have
of
you
that
heard?
place?
Bernard is it is something we can wait for later on. For now, we should focus on getting safe, getting rested, and getting to Fenador.
Can we possibly go as far as we can tonight into a wooded area and make a camp?
So you currently be cantering through the woodland, and going through this, it's a really strange feeling. It doesn't. You can see much further through this woodland than you've ever been able to in previous forests. The trees are all very bare up to a certain point, and then they start to leaf out. You see they've been pruned. The trunks are all alabaster white. And the tree, depending on the shape of the tree, the leaves are all different colors. It's a very beautiful, but there's an unsettling feeling of the too much intervention. And you know that this isn't how nature is supposed to be.
If anything, if we can find a hilled area, I could maybe dig us out a bit of a pit, and we just sleep. We hunker down and sleep for the night.
That might work. We should peel off soon before the invisibility wears off.
Let's do it now.
You guys just literally just dip off, find somewhere a little ways out of sight, and for the visibility to wear off, and then you guys can rejoin the road. We also need to wait for Eli to catch up.
That is why I think we go maybe another hour or two. We make a small fortified camp. We message him where we are. And then we wait for him until morning. Because if he rides through the night, he should be able to reconvene with us.
Sounds good.
Very well.
Can you not? Well, how many uses of messages do you have?
For my spells and the fact that we are currently being... I will only be able to message him. And then after that, I am tapped for the day. A bit of maybe an hour-long nap, and I could do it again, but...
Right, I'm worried about him, and I'd like to know how he's doing.
Let's ride till dark and find somewhere.
Okay.
And you guys continue into the woods. And as you get further away from the city, it starts to get less and less quite so pruned, until eventually it feels much more like a normal forest. There are shrubberies and bushes around the place. And before long, the late afternoon turns into twilight, turns into darkness. And you can no longer see the peaks of Valtaika. Not Valtaika, peaks of Kaeth Solen peeking through the top of the canopy.
So once it gets dark, I think I want to pull us off the main road a little bit, if everyone's okay with it, into the forest a bit, and use Move Earth to dig maybe like a 5-foot deep pit into the ground and using the displaced dirt to create sort of like a hilled ring around the pit.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 5-foot boundary between like ground level of the wall and the pit. Just so that like it's not immediately noticeable as like, you know, a camp.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can do that. It takes a bit of time while everyone's unloading what little items you manage to take with you. So you pretty much only got what you had on you. But yeah, and Raina's like, tomorrow evening, if we still require shelter, I'll be able to procure that, but I'm a bit tapped for today.
Right.
I think if we are going to Fenador, I'll need some time to replace my spellbook.
Right. Okay.
I think in I have, and I'm going to take all of the spell paper and ink that I have on me now, and I'm going to give it to Raina.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe this will help you begin your spell book.
Very much so, thank you.
Oh, I just remembered something that I have. Actually, I need to go look something up. Let me go do that. It's not urgent.
Okay.
That just reminded me.
And once we're there, I can speak to the Mages Guild that's there, and I have money with the academy. Okay. And once you guys set up camp, Raina just passes out.
Yeah. Understandably.
So, yesterday, I purchased a material component for a spell that I've been unable to cast for basically the whole campaign.
Which is...
Can I cast as a ritual Identify on my little golden cube and know what it finally is?
You can, yes. And
so excited!
What was that sound?
It was excitement and tiredness mixed together.
What do you get? What do you get when you cast that?
Identify. Let me see. Let me pull up the spell. As a ritual, you choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has, if any. You also learn any spells that are currently affecting the item, what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you know what spell created it.
Okay.
If you instead touch a creature through the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Okay. And yeah, as you spend some time after excavating this area, you cast Identify, and this is an Infernal Puzzle Box.
Hey.
I'm sorry, what?
Infernal Puzzle Box.
I'm gonna... Is that something I can search on the Beyond?
Yep. And it is from the 9 Hells.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I thought it might be that.
Have you encountered this before, Ben?
When you described it, I was like, that sounds oddly familiar.
Oh no. Oh no, that's so... I want to open it now.
You can try, but you'll die.
Oh, here I go dying again.
Yeah. Okay. Do you set down your bed?
I mean, yeah, if we're like getting ready to rest.
Because Raina would set up her area right next to yours.
That's the cutest fucking thing in the world.
That's so wholesome.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah. As she's kind of drifting off, I'll just be like, "Thank you for everything you did today. If it weren't for that teleportation spell, I don't know where we'd be right now."
If it weren't for you and your friends, we'd all be dead.
I'm glad you're safe.
We have to stop them.
I plan on it.
Jond'athan, after you visited me in the at the academy, I went to research with the information you gave me. ruins from the Dawn Wars. He found me there.
Oh.
I tried to fight him, but he got me.
He's extremely powerful. Can I sense, like, when she says that, does she seem like really defeated by that, or really kind of
Make an insight
upset
check.
by the fact that she was defeated by him? It's like, get that vibe. Insight? Oh no. Where's my character sheet? Oh, there it is. Insight. Oh. It's only a 14.
She seems
That might be
frightened.
it. Yeah.
She seems shaken to her core. She's not someone who is used to being beaten.
I know that must have been a lot, especially facing him alone. I mean, I wouldn't say I wasn't terrified today, or the first time I ran into him and I had allies around me.
Yes.
He could, if he wanted to, he could have killed me, both today and the first time I met him. One day that will be what he's trying to do.
That
I just hope we're ready.
weapon of his, her hands are kind of shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
And she kind of touches her side, like just underneath her arm, and winces slightly.
Are you injured?
It's from the fight. It hasn't quite healed right since.
I mean, I can ask Ultra or Long Shadow. They have healing magic, if that would help.
If they wouldn't mind.
I'm sure. I'll just look over to Long Shadow.
We're tapped out. We don't got
I'm okay.
Wait,
I'll
you
just
still
look
healing?
over to-
I thought you used your last 5 on me.
Yeah.
I used my last 5 on you. Yes, that doesn't mean I'm out of healing.
I'll look
Bells.
over to I'll look over to Audra and kind of quietly gesture for her to come over if she can.
Everything
And
okay?
just- Yeah, Raina's just slightly injured. If you had any of your healing magic left, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Where are you hurt?
She like takes off the robe she's wearing. She's wearing clothes underneath.
I was about to be like, Audra turns and makes sure all the boys are turned around.
She just like, she doesn't like get fully undressed. She just hikes up the shirt she's wearing underneath and shows you the space. There is a large bruise there, that starts like almost black in the center, and extends into purple, blue,
shit.
and pink. She goes,
That is a painful tattoo.
and yeah, she just shows it to you.
Okay.
It's about the same size as one of the heads from his flail.
Oh yeah, thought so.
Yarp.
Okay, Audra is going to so gingerly, barely at all. She's just gonna kind of put her hand over top of the bruise, and she's gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see if that. Oh, I rolled max healing 9.
Hey.
Yeah, you see the bruising starts to kind of recede. Like the worst of it in the center, turning from black to kind of a little lighter purplish, bluish kind of time. It doesn't quite disappear. You get the impression that this also didn't happen recently. This happened a while ago, and it's something that is what's what I'm looking for, enduring. Also, having been inflicted by a magical weapon, it's just not quite healing, quite like a normal injury would. Thank you, that did help. She just lowers her shirt.
Come tomorrow, I'll be able to help that more. That looks really painful. When you breathe, does it hurt?
It did. I think I'm okay now.
Okay.
I just
I'll take the
remembered.
first watch.
before we take watches, I just remembered. I forgot to message Eli.
Yeah, you
Let me
should message Eli now.
How do I tell him where we are? I only have 25 words.
Audra takes kind of a peek around and she's looking around. How far are we from the road?
A little ways. You're about. Like, how far would you have gone from their main road?
10-minute one?
Yeah.
I'd say at least a solid 15, 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
far away from a
Half
road, so
mile.
we wouldn't be able to see light
okay.
from any fires we'd made.
Yeah.
Audra's going to take a quick hike back to the road, and she's going to, on the nearest tree in the direction where we are, she's going to make a little wave symbol.
Okay.
She's going to carve it in. And then she's going to jog back, and she's going to tell Long Shadow what she did.
All right. Eli, we traveled for 3 hours out of the city till dusk. Once it hit darkness, we went off the road about 20 minutes. Look for the tree with the wave crest in it. We are in a mounted thing.
That's it.
Did you count those words? I didn't.
No, I didn't.
you get
Probably
the
same.
impression.
Long
through.
Shadow's smarter than me. He'd make it fit.
Yeah, you get the impression through, and Eli just replies with them. I am on my way out. I'll be with you soon.
How long did it take us to get here?
It was more than 3 hours, but you told them in the right time.
Okay.
was
Oh, because
like-
I thought we pulled off the road at like dusk, and it was like mid-afternoon when we left.
You would have when it got dark. You pulled off the road.
Yeah.
So, based on what I know from when Long Shadow sent the message until Eli would be expected to get here, would that be covered in the first watch? Roughly-ish.
No.
Okay, Audra's still gonna take the first watch.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and near the wave tree at some point before we bed down. I'm gonna go drop an alarm spell for anyone who's not us, including Eli.
Okay.
Just gonna go ahead and drop that. So if they get off the road in that area, bed down.
I'll take the first watch with Audra, with the intention of staying awake for as many watches as it takes until Eli shows up.
Okay. Make a perception check, the two of you. And then everything froze. What's going on? Why is everything frozen? Dear.
Nice.
Everything froze for me just then. What's going on?
Oh,
I rolled a 12.
12 and 15.
12 and 15. Okay.
with the two rolls.
I was 15, Audra was 12.
Oh, my video still needs to catch up.
Okay.
Right. Oh no, we're caught up. That's fine. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay. So yeah, the night passes. Goes from yes, Audra?
May I also cast Divine Sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where once you would have, you feel that same spiritual energy around yourself and around Jason and Long Shadow. You don't get anything from Kaeth this time.
Oh. Audra freaks out for a minute and is like, what the? And then she remembers that there's like a weird necklace that Raina gave him.
You get 0 reading off of Kaeth.
Weird.
And you also don't really get anything off of Raina. It's not like a void, it's just there's nothing really there. Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't have any ties to any kind of divinity. Okay. And after Audra... Yep.
I was going to say Jason will take the second watch, but
Okay.
he was talking.
So yeah, when Audra and Jason switch around, about an hour into the second watch, Eli would eventually. Actually, no. Longshot would be awoken as your alarm
He's on
starts
his way.
tripped.
Oh, he is on his way, or someone is.
And then he's gonna roll over and expect whoever's on watch to take care of it.
Kate will kind of stand up expectingly and kind of scan the forest looking for whoever's approaching.
After about, takes longer than Audra did. After about 20-25 minutes, Eli turns. You hear this clopping through the trees, and Eli arrives on his black stallion, Imperator.
Yeah.
And he dismounts. He goes, "I had a little trouble finding you, but that's good. You got out safe?"
Yeah, without attracting any of the gods' attention, as far as we know.
Aunt and Uncle are on the ship.
That's good to hear.
They were about to
Glad
head off
to-
when we got there. But
Thank you for doing that, Eli. Really.
They're my family too.
And I'm just gonna kind of step forward and just give him a big hug as well. Just knowing what the last kind of 48 hours have been for him.
He stiffens up a bit.
Yeah.
He doesn't really. He like gives you a little pat on the back. Still not quite comfortable with you.
Yeah. I know we've got a lot to talk about and a lot of things to set straight, but we've got time.
And
Answer
then
every question you have.
another night.
Whenever you're ready.
And he starts desaddling his horse. And he takes out quite a large rucksack he had strapped to his horse. Starts pulling some things out. And after a little bit, he has a tent set up.
Hey! Nice.
For him for being prepared.
Tent set up, nice little sleeping roll. And he also gives one. He also wakes Rayna, and gives her a sleeping roll.
Nice.
Yeah, and she was previously using her robe to sleep under.
Oh, I would have
And,
given her my bed. It's fine.
Yeah, and then the rest of the night passes. Who's taking third watch?
For Jason's gonna wait until we can get a moment between like a private moment as well. He doesn't want Cade especially to overhear between him and Eli.
Okay. Well, so Eli would have gone to. So Cade stayed up till Eli got there. Did Cade then go to bed?
Yeah. Cade, yeah, he'll kind of having that and making sure everyone's kind of settled in and safe and stuff. He'll have kind of completed that second watch, and then we'll pass over.
So yeah, Eli would probably still be like setting his things up when Cade is then gone off to dreamland.
Jason's going to be playing with one of the rings that his sister gave him, one of the cult rings, and just he didn't acknowledge Eli when he come, just like let that conversation happen. Didn't really look up and didn't pay him any attention at all. And when it's just the two of them, imagine like Eli's like doing whatever he's doing. Jason's going to put a hand on his chest and stand in front of him.
He kind of jumps a little. Are you doing that?
Your hesitation yesterday nearly got Cade killed. I need to know that if you're with us, you will not hesitate again.
I was just trying to get the rest of my family out.
It nearly cost 3 lives, maybe more.
I didn't think we could win.
You've done a lot today. You got Cade's parents out, and I'm sure Cade thanks you. But if your fear brings danger to my friends, I will slit your throat in your sleep.
I didn't think we could win that fight. We didn't win that fight. I wanted to get your friends as well as my family out, and I thought the only way we could do that is to let him have Cade. He had Cade.
Didn't have to go that way. And it did, and whatever happened, and it's in the past, and I'm willing to move forward. But just know that I'm watching you.
If you would like me to leave, I can ride out at first light.
No, you are Kate's cousin, and Kate would prefer you to stay here, and that is his decision, not mine.
I might also remind you that when shit finally did hit the fan, your friend Longshadow is alive because of me.
Yes. Absolutely. But he might not have been hurt in the first place if he decided to man up.
He's not going to respond to that.
Good night.
Bertie will respond to that. Longshadow went down in the first round.
Yeah, I know, but Jason wasn't paying attention. Jason jumped over the banister and tried to...
Jason was still outside the building at that point in time. Jason has no idea about any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just continues setting up his things in
And
a
it's
fouler
kind of
mood than before.
awkward for a little while.
And yeah, he just very passive aggressively just swings his tent flaps shut.
On Longshadow's watch, I would like to, over the course of that time, I'll send out Rusty the Owl to keep an eye out on things. But in the meantime, having access to this spell, I would also like to, over the course of my watch, identify both Reyna, probably not Kate because I know of his amulet, so I guess just Reyna because Eli is in his tent. Because it makes me aware of any spells that are currently affecting them, just to make sure that none of them are being tracked or there is any curses upon them, or anything like that.
Sorry?
So Longshadow is going
sorry,
to...
looking at something.
Totally okay. Longshadow is going to identify Reyna over the course of his watch, because this spell allows you to see any current spells that are affecting someone. He wants to see if she is being tracked, if she has any curses upon her, if that wound is magically staying open for a reason.
Are you trying to do that while she's asleep?
Yeah, I only have to touch at the end of the spell. I only have to go boop.
I know. Can you make me a sleight of hand check
Damn it. I'm not good at these.
to not wake her?
I'm not good at these. Let me see here. I'm actually okay at these. I still have a decent
I had to get bitch slapped by Reyna.
That's a 12 plus 5. That's not bad.
Okay.
That's not the worst thing I've ever rolled. I've got a good dexterity.
Okay.
Quick as a cat, as they say.
Yeah,
No
you
one
managed
says
to do that. Managed to do that while without waking her. And as you finish the incantation and lay your hand very gently on her, you get the reading she's completely free of any enchantments. You also realize she has no magic items on her. Nothing currently active, which is strange for a magic user of her caliber. Normally they would have protective wards on themselves, things like that. But yeah, she's currently defenseless.
And then, other than that, he's just going to be very troubled and sit on the dirt wall because he's never seen someone of a higher magical level than him put on the ropes by somebody before.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. So he's just going to sit there and wait for the sun rise, and once the sun starts rising, he'll do his forms to just start getting ready for the day.
Yeah, and as the you start to see the light just begin to peek through the cracks in the canopy, you start producing your weapons and moving through your blade song forms, and shortly after, about midway through your exercise, Eli would wake up, as he's used to waking with the dawn, just in his night clothes, and
I don't think, Eli, I thanked you yesterday. I know there was only a moment, but I remember being racked with pain from a spell and awakening with a glass vial between my lips and you walking away.
That's not a problem.
Thank you.
See, right as you
No.
like said his name, he was kind of on the defensive, and then he eases as you say that.
There is a lot of that fight that I did not witness, so if you took any grave injury, I apologize.
I was mostly okay. He seemed
That is good to hear.
preoccupied. He seemed preoccupied with your large friend.
She is easy to be preoccupied with. Her presence demands attention even if she does not wish for it. It's very hard when someone bursts through the doors of a warehouse and breaks them off their hinges.
Indeed, she knows how to make an entrance.
Well, would you like to join me? Well, I am proficient with both the spell and the sword, so every morning I go through forms to most easily channel my magics through my combats. If you'd like, I'd be happy to show you some forms.
Certainly, I'd do something similar.
Perhaps we'll spar one of these days.
Perhaps. And he goes back into his tent and produces his basic but very finely crafted a sword. And yeah, he just watches you and begins mimicking what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's how we spend our morning. Eventually, I'll call the exercise to an end and start cooking people breakfast.
My best friend.
I don't know. He almost let me die.
He didn't almost let you die.
It was only after he decided to not be a coward that he came and saved me.
No, he was only willing to let Cade get taken away.
Yeah. Valid. Valid. Cade isn't giving him any shit for that, because
I
valid.
make everyone the last of the eggs and salted pork that I have in my bag. That's what we
Yeah.
get for breakfast.
Some rations
Audra
together.
wakes up like,
Yeah, you're all awoken by the smell of food. Raina is the last to wake. She looks very still got deep bags under her eyes.
good morning, sunshine.
Morning. So. Oh, hello, Eli. We were heading somewhere today.
Yes. We were hoping that you would be able to teleport us to Fenedor.
I will try and remember the circle. It will take me a little time.
In all of the time I spent in like the Akatem, would I be able to assist her in any way in remembering the circle?
Probably.
Okay.
It's mainly just she's trying like racking her brain. She gets like some parchment out and starts drawing it out. And then referring to that and being like, no, this was different. So you can assist her with that. You had a little bit of you've seen it around.
Yeah.
Um,
Sigilling has never been my area of expertise, but
Yeah.
it's something I've seen.
it's something you've been exposed to. Sure. Make me an Arcana check.
Oh shit. Ooh woo. I thought I was just gonna get her advantage. Oh, let's
No,
see here.
ooh, ooh.
Oh whoa. Whoa. +6.
Natural 20 plus 6. That's a 26.
Nice.
Shit, man.
And yeah, the two
Wait, why
you
am I
actually
back in the bag? I'm eating you today.
you actually recall a lot, like more than you thought you would. Especially like you think back to when Reyna led you through the under halls of the Magus Akatem when she originally sent you to Dot Locker, and yeah, you think you managed to recall it, and before long you've managed to draw out this teleportation circle. To the best of your knowledge, you think that's the correct one.
I'm gonna go ahead and copy this down into my own book of circles, just
Yeah.
for future reference.
Certainly.
I'm gonna get this spell one day, and I want to have the circle ready for it.
In fact, she'd probably just offer it to you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And she's like, I think I know now. And she's gonna just start getting back into her clothes and has breakfast along with you all.
Question: can we take the horses with us for the teleportation?
She's a head count. So there's 5 of you, and there's 5 horses. I believe she can actually.
Ooh, yeah.
It's 10 creatures, right?
Yeah, I think it's 10.
Including
I don't want to leave Bucky
Oh
behind.
yeah, so there's 6. You went up to 8
I
willing
mean,
creatures.
I could just okay, well we can just take
So
the
that's
saddles off
9.
Clarabelle and release
So that's-
Clarabelle out.
So that's 9 total. So that would be Raina, Eli, Audra, Cade, Jason, Longshadow, and 3 horses.
What 2? Okay, I'll just take the saddle off Clarabelle,
You are the manliest horse I've ever known.
and then I'm gonna whack him on the ass and send him running off into the forest.
Eli is gonna actually he's been quite quiet throughout the morning.
Mhm.
Every now and then he gives a little guidance to Jason, and he goes, "You're going to Fenador."
Yeah, that seems like where we're heading next.
I thought we were all headed to Fenador. Are you not coming with us?
I could meet you there and go the long way around. I have the people that I know within Solenor.
Okay.
Then why did I just send my horse off into the woods? Clarabelle, come back, and I'm gonna go sprinting after my horse.
Yeah, you managed to catch up. You slapped her on the ass, and she cantered away, and then she just stops.
No, he ran
Sorry,
away.
yeah, he cantered away, and then after a little bit, he just stops
Baby, come back.
because
I'm so sorry.
he's not a wild horse.
He's like, I don't know what to do.
So you slap him on the ass, and he canters away a bit, and then he just starts eating grass. He finds a nice bush of berries in it, and just starts eating the berries off the bush. And you can get Clarabelle back.
I'm about to sacrifice my horse for this bastard.
Yeah, he upon hearing that there's a limit, and he doesn't want to give up his horse because that's still one too many horses. He goes, "I can meet you in Fenador, or wherever you prefer, and see if I can gather some support."
I mean, if that's what you would like to do, honestly, our end goal is Port Obsidor.
Yeah.
I don't know what good I'd be to you in Fenador besides an extra sword.
Well, if you have allies that you think would rally to your cause.
There's some noble heirs that I don't believe would be too happy to learn about the cult.
The more we can expose them, the better. Unearth what they really are.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. We'll meet you in Port Obsidor then?
Yes, or if there's anywhere else you'd prefer to meet, then you can get in contact with me. Gestures to Longshadow.
I love being an international telephone. This is the best thing in the world. My parents would be so proud.
Don't take sending next time.
With the rings that we've got for the Cult of Soros, did we take one each?
Yes.
I think there was 4 total in there. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Yes, and then Eli's gonna start packing down his camp.
All right.
What are we going to Fenador for again? Other than to just chill out and hide for a second?
Yeah, to just throw off the scent, essentially, of where we're headed.
Okay.
You also want to see if you can get any support from the extension of the college that is in Fenador.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
How much
okay.
do we know anything about in terms of places that were mentioned? I'm trying to remember. Was Fenador mentioned as one of the places who had the cult had a grasp on?
Hold on.
That's something to consider.
Hmm.
Or is that too north for them?
Hold on. So yeah, they do have a presence in Fenador.
Big presence, small presence, no idea.
Larger than most places.
Larger than most places.
From what you learned from Tifa, they don't rule the place, but they have presence there.
Okay.
It's not as bad as Kaeth Solen.
Well, perhaps we can unhinge some of the cult's hold on the place whilst we're there. We want to.
We will need to be
Involve
incredibly
ourselves.
cautious.
One of these days, we will go to a city where we are not wanted. One day.
Well,
think
perhaps we can make
Lorcar
one.
would be nice.
Miss
I
Lorca.
quite like it there.
I mean, the more places we visit, the more places we can make. Places that we're no longer wanted. I mean, if we spend forever avoiding these places, their influence will only grow. We have to start fighting back against it at some point.
I agree.
If you give a man a fish, he eats for a day.
If you kill a load of cultists, then everyone's happy.
Not quite sure
That is literally
that's how the
Audra
saying
laughing.
goes.
That's hilarious, and she
but
finds
I
it so
agree,
funny.
Raina, I agree.
Wait, depending on which person said that,
It was Raina.
Okay, yeah, Jason will laugh then.
Eli is silently packing down his camp.
All right.
So when I'll kind of, as Eli's kind of finishing up and as like people finish breakfast and stuff, Kaeth will kind of go over and offer to help him.
Eli?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the two of you just quietly pack down. He doesn't quite meet your eye.
Yeah.
And when it's all packed on the horse, he's gonna go over to Raina, and they share a hug. And then he goes to you, and he extends a hand.
Takes it.
Take care, cousin.
And you too.
Yes, I'll do my best not to get captured.
Yeah. And whenever you're ready, you know you can reach out. Okay? I know
The cult are the ones responsible.
Still. If you want answers, I've got them.
Sorry, I just read chat.
Stop! No!
And they share a bit of a nod, and he's just gonna get back onto his horse, and he's gonna give a nod to Audra and a nod and a smile to Long Shadow, and then he's gonna ride off.
All right.
Jason, get anything?
No, Jason didn't want that.
Yep, and Eli and Imperator ride off into the forest.
Bye.
Bye.
Are we ready, Raina?
I believe so. And she just grabs a random stick off of the forest floor. She finds an empty patch of earth, and she starts tracing out this sigil.
Kaeth.
And I tap like the space on my chest.
Yeet it.
Oh, yes. Sorry, do what?
It is a Jond'athan word for throw.
Oh, right.
You generally shout it as you throw it. Yeet.
Why would you do that?
I hate that that's canon now. Fuck you.
Why would you? Does it make it go further or something? Or?
It is a children's game. I'll teach you the rules later.
Okay.
Then we can play yeeting and dabbing later.
Are we sure we want to
Stabbing
eat
involved
it?
as well?
Do we have to eat it? Can you just take it off?
Long Shadow, but what is a dab?
Edab is when kids cover their eyes with their elbows and they run away from
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Do you usually do like one followed by the other? So I like throw it and then run away
Yes,
like this?
You eat and then dab.
Okay.
Long Shadow, can you please demonstrate this?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. It's fine. Next time you'll meet Jond'athan, Long Shadow is public enemy number 1.
No.
He's dead.
Okay,
He's
I'll
dead.
actually die this time. It's fine. It's fine.
The entire nation of Runatoxiu is over.
Oh my god, no!
Napalm.
You just get a dream from Aaron Jond'athan. No more eating.
Oh my
Fine.
god.
I'll
I'm
eat
gonna write
them
that in my
myself.
notes. Give me a second.
Oh no, buddy! Oh boy.
You just
Sorodin
get-
Chronicles, everyone.
Aaron Jond'athan is just gonna fucking split the entire peninsula of Runatoxiu off, Kyoshi style, and just yeet it into the
No.
sea.
He's gonna eat it, is he?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
So do you throw the thing away?
Yes.
Okay. And
And I
Reyna
shout yeet as I do it.
and Reyna's just going to as she starts incanting, the sigil that she's just scrawled on the dirt forest floor begins to glow slightly with blue magic. And you see
Should I
beneath...
destroy it?
Wait,
What?
can I? But
The-
while
the
she's
thing.
doing that,
That I've thrown away. Should I also destroy it? Or it will be fine, just leave it.
while she's doing that, can Audra roll? I just want to roll an intelligence check just to see if she would think of something. I rolled a 19. Can Audra be like, didn't you say that he could use this as a teleport thing?
Well, you can teleport to objects you're familiar with to help you focus the teleportation to keep you from going off course.
Should I blast it so he doesn't come here and see the remains of the teleportation circle and know where we've gone?
That's
What
a
if I
good
put it
point.
in the bag?
Put it in the bag.
I already
could
ate it! Ah! Over
He couldn't
not
teleport
stabbing.
in the
Runs
bag,
back.
right? Or if he did teleport in the bag, he'd be in the bag?
If you teleported... I don't know is the true answer. This is Reyna, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't... Honestly, I've never attempted that. My best guess, he could be dispensed to the astral plane.
Put it in the bag.
Alright,
it in the
back. Just as this teleportation circle is just powering up, just okay, just runs out, grabs it, runs back in, shoves it.
Hey, that is the wrong game. That is yachting and dipping. There is a difference.
What?
And this
that's
blue
yoinking.
arcane energy then creeps beneath each of your feet and the hooves of your horses, and you begin to feel the ground begin to give way beneath your feet, and once again you are plunged into the darkness of the astral plane. And that is where we're going to go for our break, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, shit, man.
We are going to be back at past the hour. It's a little bit longer than normal, just a little bit. We're going to be back at past the hour, okay?
Nice.
Join us back then with our heroes arriving in the city of Fenador, hopefully.
See you soon.
See y'all soon.
Bye!
Peace.
Hello and welcome back to the Sorodin Chronicles on This Show is a Mimic. As you can see, we took a casualty during the break.
Jesus, wait a minute!
He's fine. Aaron's fine.
Eli killed him.
Aaron is fine. He's just had to go and deal with a thing in real life, and he unfortunately had to leave the game early.
Ugh, real
He will
life,
be back.
alright.
He will be back next time. But he will probably, most likely, be absent for the rest of the session. So, we're going to return. When we left off, Raina had just teleported you all to the Teleportation Circle in Fenador, which is the capital city of Mercatoria, the kind of the biggest nation in. I'm just going to put a map on the screen. How about that?
Wow!
The biggest nation in all of the continent of Sorodin. It's that big red one in the middle. And you can see Fenador at the top there, where that big river is, just beneath Storm's Wrath. That's where they were teleported to. Just to skip over the pond from Kaeth Solen. And yeah. So we just finished with you departing from the forests surrounding Kaeth Solen. And for those, just like the last time you got teleported, there are a few brief moments where when you open your eyes, you see nothing but darkness and just the ever so slightly like twinkling lights, almost like stars, but you can tell they're not quite the same, as you are now in the astral plane, the space between the worlds. And you float there for a moment, and then the next moment you feel the ground rush up to meet your feet, and you feel solid stone of this teleportation circle, and you are almost face to face with each other as you've had to make space on this one teleportation circle with each other and 4 horses.
Oh my god.
And you quickly all spill off of this teleportation circle, and as you get your bearings and look around, a far cry from the forest you had left, you are indoors.
Oh no, we're gonna have to try and get the horses
shit!
out.
You know, I was gonna ask that before we left, but I didn't.
And as you look around, you see it's a purpose-built room. You can tell there are grey stone walls around you. As you step down from the teleportation circle, you see the flooring is large wooden planks, and there is a small desk. Well, not small, like a reasonable sized desk, and behind that desk is a large, heavy oak door. Desk you see it's built as a workspace. There's a large, heavy tome open it, a quill, an ink pot, and a very distressed-looking high elf sat behind a desk. And you see he's got glasses that are perched on the tip of his nose, and that have just fallen around, like, so they're now hanging around his chin. He's got like a nice hat on with a feather in it and some very nice smart clothes, and he just looks shocked to his core. And he, what?
Greetings.
What are you doing here?
Hello.
We weren't scheduled to have any arrivals today.
Surprise.
Rona.
Yes.
We're magic users.
Jason, please.
Jason.
We had had an emergency teleport. We were in some distress, a situation, a quite dangerous situation. We were being chased by monsters.
Yeah,
and
very big monsters.
Big monsters, and we
ogres.
We had to. The only place I could think to teleport us to.
7 ogres.
What are you can't just teleport into the private teleportation circle of Fenador. I completely understand. Yes. However, as you can understand, it was an emergency. We are happy to pay for any undue fees, admin fees that may have occurred. What's your name?
Yep.
My name is Bartamius.
Love you to meet you, Bartamius.
Is Bartamius wearing a ring of Soros?
Make a perception check.
Oh shit! Didn't even think of that.
Oh,
Well, you see, Raina didn't come out the gates with, we're being chased by a cult.
That's 9 plus 9 for 18.
Yeah, you can. His fingers are bare.
Oh.
They're a little bit stained with ink. You see someone who works commonly with writing, they often get blackened fingers at the end.
I feel like this happened, and Jason just immediately just goes
Well,
like really intensely staring.
Jason wants an excuse to put a ring on. That's what it is.
Oh.
He's just itching to impersonate a cultist.
Yeah.
Um,
He's not put it on yet. Every time he just keeps playing with it.
And you had to teleport your horses as well?
Well, we
Well,
were
we weren't
riding
going to
them.
leave them with the ogres.
I'm not gonna leave Bucky behind. It's my horse.
There were 7. They would have eaten them.
Very well. And he opens this heavy tome with a thunk as it onto this desk, and like dips his quill into the inkwell. And he's like, right. We'll need everyone's names, your purposes for visiting the city.
Right.
Out with it!
Look at Raina.
My name's Sarah Johnson.
Sarah,
Obviously, we were here to escape the ogres, so I
Make
guess now we're sightseeing.
make a deception check.
Fuck. Okay, come on. Not bad, not bad. What's my deception? +1. 13?
Yeah. Sarah Johnson, adjusting his glasses. Tourist. You? Okay.
Lucas Schmidt.
Make me a deception check.
Schmidt.
17 plus.
Wow.
The deception. Was it? +4, 21.
God.
21. Mr. Schmidt.
That's
Tourist.
me.
And you? Points to Raina. Like, I am Evelyn Schmidt.
Yep.
Okay. Very convincing. Miss Schmidt, are you a married couple? No. Brother and sister.
Oh. Brother and sister, yep.
I see. Miss Schmidt. And you, Jason?
Yes, I'm Tifal Stormchild.
Tifal Stormchild. Make a deception check.
Oh, that's really good. That's 18 plus 5.
18 plus 5. Okay, yeah. How do you spell that?
Tiefal.
Okay. And Stormchild spelled the ordinary?
No, Storm with 2 T's.
Ah.
And child with EI instead of just I.
Interesting.
CHEI.
It's a southern name.
Yeah. It's southern.
I see.
And this is Don
Tifal
Juan. He's a mute,
Stormchild.
as Audra points at Long Shadow.
Long Shadow shoots you a withering stare. as he was about to open his mouth. What did you say? Don Juan?
Don Juan.
Okay, can you make me a deception check with advantage as a Long Shadow is helping you?
I feel like... Never mind. He's gonna be so mad. A natural 20?
Don Juan. I see.
I think I've heard of
And you have 4 horses in livestock.
Yep.
Do you have anything to declare?
I am
What
a
a
tourist.
lovely teleportation circle.
Yes.
I mean, do you have any trade goods? Do you have any
Oh no.
foods that you're bringing in
Mm-mm.
from foreign places?
No,
Oh,
I don't believe so.
Long
Are you all in
ago.
good health?
Yes.
No illnesses among you?
Nope.
Not physically.
Very well. So that would be a small fee of 60 gold pieces.
Audrey, you forget we have money now. It's fine.
That each?
No, for collectively.
Oh, that's fine then. Yeah. Pay the man.
Audra hands him the gold.
Okay, and he counts it out one at a time.
Oh my
Audrey,
God.
what did you say? What did you say your secret name was?
Sarah.
Sarah Johnson. Okay.
And Long Shadow was 1-1.
Don
Sorry, Don 1.
And, you said you were being chased. Where were you coming from?
Runatak.
Suyu, yes.
Hmm.
We were in the
Lots
jungle.
of ogres down there.
Lots of ogres in the jungle.
Yep.
Yes.
We don't know how they got there either.
Jungle ogres.
It was very weird, to be
Not
honest.
like regular ogres, but like 10 times more scary.
You should probably look into that.
Okay. He just looks like he clearly doesn't get out much. He's just like, interesting, and writes it down.
Yes, it was
Evan.
until it was not.
They had like an ogre village and everything.
Raina just elbows you. Like, stop embellishing. He goes, well, very well. I believe everything's in order, and if you'll just please wait here, and yep, and please
are we
ensure
waiting
that your horses don't leave anything.
Right.
Extra-dimensional travel can sometimes leave them a little bit disturbed.
Right. We should probably get out of here as quickly as possible.
Yes, very well. I'm just showing you to someone who can escort you out of the castle.
What?
Audra looks at Raina and is like, Evelyn, a castle?
They only have one teleportation circle in the city.
Whose castle?
The castle.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh no! What have
Okay.
you done?
After a short while,
We're in a fucking castle.
after a short
my
while,
God.
Bartamius comes back with a guard who's just dressed in like chainmail, bucket helmet, spear and shield, classic guard getup, with a tabard which has the symbols of Mercatoria, which is it's red with a scythe and a sword on it. And yeah, it's not a sickle and hammer, and it's also not gold; it's black. And he escorts you out. You led through a you're not far from the exit. So
Thank
it's
goodness the
not very
horses
long.
fit. I was worried about that.
They one at a time. You can get them through the door. They have to kind of duck their heads a bit. But yeah, it's a proper castle. Like, they've got big doors.
Beautiful.
And you managed to, you were led out of this thing. It's got very, very well appointed castle, grey stone brick, dark oak floors with large, heavy red carpets. You see lots of very fine decoration, suits of armor, paintings, and you're led out of the front gate. And once you get there, the guard just stands. Welcome to Fenador.
Thank you.
Enjoy the city.
Yep.
You know, anywhere where do all of the gods hang out after work?
Wherever they want.
Are you okay?
Did you just ask him if he's okay?
No,
Yeah.
I mean like, oh, okay.
Are you okay?
Well, I don't know about you three. 4. Sorry, it's
5.
As you were escorted out into the thing, it's not that much colder, but a fair bit colder than where you were. Kaeth Solen is like in Solinor is quite a temperate climate, so it's not the warmest. Weather tends to vary, but it's not snowy, but it's got a very strong cold breeze that kind of goes through.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like the Isle of Man.
Yeah, it's
Cold breeze.
Audra,
all the
as someone who
time.
doesn't go around with a lot of clothes on, it is quite bracing for you. Those of you that have like coats and jackets are quite okay. Longshadow seems quite at home. Once he just adjusts to it, like he pulls his jacket around him a little tighter, but his fur seems to be keeping him warm.
Well, I don't know about you, lovely folks, but perhaps we should find somewhere nice, warm, have some something.
Audra, perhaps we might find a clothing shop while these find somewhere for us to stay. She's quite cold as well.
Yeah. Let's go get a freaking coat. Jeez.
Okay, and you and Raina head off into the city.
Y'all been dissing the coat the whole time, but at least I'm warm.
Get out of here. Stupid coat.
I've got 2.
Pays to be an edgelord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna go find some cute coat. And by cute, I mean something that is waterproof.
All right. And yeah. So, but what the other 3 of you? Well, 2 of you now because Aaron's not here. But yeah, the rest of you. What are you trying to find?
Well, so it's kind of the morning still currently. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's quite early on in the morning.
Yeah.
People are just starting to start their day.
I mean, I guess somewhere for tonight to start off with, just so we're aware of a place
We
can
need
get
somewhere to.
rooms.
We're all kitted up at the moment. We need somewhere to put down our kit. Bearing in mind we're carrying tents,
Yeah.
bed rolls, sleeping bags. We've got all
Yeah.
of our kit on our person, so I would think that.
Find an inn.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, so someone make me a perception check.
I'll make
Whoever
a
wants to can make it with
perception
advantage.
Hmm?
Make it with advantage, whoever wants to do it.
check. That's advantage. Hey, that's much better. 17 plus perception plus 3. 30, 20.
Yeah, doesn't take you very long. You manage to find quite a nice inn. More of a residential place than it is like a tavern, but there is a space to drink in it.
Yeah.
Called the Copper Cup Inn.
Copper cup.
I love that.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Copper cup in.
Nice.
What's
how many
what's
rooms?
what's the aesthetics? Of
Very
the
kind of
city as we're going
yeah.
through.
I was about to get to that. So yeah, as you're exploring around, this place is, for those of you like the 2 of you raised in Obsidor, this is a lot more familiar than a lot of the places you've been. And out of character, it's very kind of European, classic. Think like what's the place in Lord of the Rings they go to after Hobbiton?
With the Prancing Pony Inn?
Yeah, with the Prancing Pony.
Yeah,
Bree?
I know what you mean.
Bree, yeah. So think like, Western European kind of fantasy medieval place.
Love that.
But less thatch roofs, more kind of stone and wood. This isn't a very poor place by any means. And yeah, and the castle you see as you exit it, looking behind you, it's you walk across a drawbridge. It's got its own moat, and it's a very kind of classic, got with like the ramparts and stuff like that. It's not quite. It's very much built for function over form, with this dark grey stone, and this kind of red tiled roof. And yeah, it looks like quite a formidable place. It also looks quite spacious. You see, seems to be a kind of main keep, and then a ways away there is a much larger donjon, very like large circular tower that it's very wide and not too tall. Doesn't rise far above the main castle. That you would guess might be a place to house a lot of people. And yeah, like you've heard places of Mokatoria, they aren't known for their military prowess, but they are known for taking in as many of their people, and because they are great at withstanding sieges. So they, in times of war, they will hide in their castles with their large amounts of supplies, and they will hide.
Fair. What a light.
So yeah, that's the kind of vibe you're getting. Yeah, you manage to find your way to the Copper Cup Inn, which is this 2-story, has an overhanging top floor, and this swinging sign with a large copper cup on it. And you can find some board there. They charge about 2 silver a night per room.
Cool. How many rooms do we want, guys?
Do we want one each, or do we want to get a few rooms?
Boys and girls?
And share.
Sure. Yeah. So 3 of us and the 2 of you. That's 2 rooms. I'll get that. I'll just throw down the 4 silver.
For a 3-person room, it'd probably be 3 silver.
Fine. Throw down the 5 silver.
Okay. And
Cool. Mark that off.
Audra. Raina seems to know her way around somewhat. Like she gets to a lot of junctions and kind of like, I think it's this way. And before long, she leads you to this small kind of boutique-y kind of place. It's got these like nice bay windows in the front with glass panes in them, and there are like mannequins with dresses and things in the window.
Oh. Cool.
Don't worry, they
Great.
make all sorts.
Okay.
Okay. And it's Madeline's Boutique.
Cute.
Is what it's called. And you make your way inside, and it's like very, very not overwhelmingly, but nicely perfumed place. Very well appointed. There's nice soft cushions and little seats everywhere. And yeah, there are lots of like places where there are things on racks, where there's like clothes that are ready to go. And there's also, you can see working in the back, there is a woman in a very fine long dress who seems to be working on something that's pinned to a mannequin right now, like just bolts of cloth right now that she's in the process of working into a dress. And oh, this is the wrong kind of music. And yeah. And Raina says, might we get some service? He goes, oh yes. And she like, drapes this tape measure around her neck and comes into the front room. He goes, oh my. Like looks you up and down, Audra. What can I help the 2 of you with today?
It's a bit chilly. Just looking for a cloak or a coat of some sort.
It is. I see you aren't quite dressed for the occasion. Yes, I believe I can bring up some options. And she like looks around the place and goes, and she goes into the back. And you see you're like not quite used to seeing someone as tall as you. Or quite as broad, just not really made for your dimensions. But she eventually comes back with these this selection of winter robes that are like not quite your style.
Yeah.
They're quite fancy.
I'm just so uncomfortable.
You got some like they're like long coats basically. There's like a couple that you don't quite go for you. They're kind of like silken, and they've got these nice, they've got these elaborate decorations on them. Eventually, you manage to dig your way. You manage to cleave through them a little bit, and you find this one that's like a long, blue kind of suede material.
Ooh.
And it's trimmed with white fur on the inside. And it's like the most basic one that she has available.
I'll take that one.
Okay. You drip it over. It fits you like it's a little baggy. You see someone someone as tall as you, like they don't expect them to be quite as, because you're not fat,
Right.
you're built. So it's when they make things bigger, they expect it to go bigger in all sizes.
Bigger, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you see she has some, she like, once it gets to you, she pins it in a few places, and to bring it into your dimensions, and then she kind of works with this she pulls out this small needle. She only seems to have one on this small pincushion at her side, and you can't quite see what she does. You kind of look around and you see what she's working on, but when she unpins it, you see it fits you completely fine. She doesn't seem to have any excess material in her hand. She managed to make it fit.
That's incredible.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah. You look in the mirror.
Thank
This
you.
is probably the most fashionable thing you've worn in a while. This is definitely the finest coat you've ever owned.
Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you.
You see, Raina's managed to find something for herself just in the shop. It's very, like, one of the ones you would not have gone anywhere near. It's purple, trimmed with this kind of yellowish fur, very much in keeping with her style, and has this nice embroidery on the front with golden thread. It's, yeah, hers is a lot more nobly than yours.
Of course.
Yeah. And he goes, I don't have money on me right now. I don't have time to visit the, do you have the gold Eli gave you?
Yeah. And Audra is just gonna be like, how much?
For these, and she's, that will come to 15 gold for the two of them. They are very fine. I know they're expensive, but we do make the best here.
Okay. Audra just hands her the 15 gold.
Okay. Raina looks like she's about to say something, but
Then
you just hand over the 15 gold, and you walk out with your very nice coat. And when you walk out into the bracing breeze, you're very nice and snug.
Audra looks at Raina and she goes, "This is the nicest thing I've ever worn in my entire life. I can't believe this was only 15 gold."
That's quite expensive for a coat. Well, a coat that
this one's like
a coat that wasn't
so nice.
a coat that wasn't custom made and things like that.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, what do we do now?
Rejoin the others, I suppose.
What do you know about this place? I mean, you said you had magic contacts here, right?
Well, in many of the capitals across the country, we have campuses, or not campuses. We have learning areas, extensions of the college.
Okay.
Mages' guilds is what we call them.
And you're hoping to reach out to one of them here?
Well, I can go and see them. I have a line of credit with the college, so I can get some of my gold, and I can find the components to resupply my spellbook.
Okay. You said you didn't trust them entirely, right?
I dislike how close it is to Verenjour, which is one of the hotbeds of the cult.
Oh.
I doubt they would have given too much thought to the smaller ones in each of the cities, but I can only assume that the large academy is on their list of places they would like. I'm merely trying to think as my enemy would.
Oh yeah, totally get that. What? You said you were at some ruins when you were captured. Where exactly were you?
Hold on, let me get my map up. I was in the north of Fortis, a little ways beyond Adamant.
Where were we when we first
Adamant.
out of character? We were in Adamant.
When you first met Aaron Jond'athan, you were at Adamant.
Right. And so she was just a little north of there?
Yes. Although she went from the academy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you went from Adamant, and then Herman gave you a little shortcut to Valtaika, and then it was about a 2-day travel to the academy, where you met Raina after about 3 days. So it would have, assuming she teleported from the academy to Fortis, it was about a week between you meeting Jond'athan and her meeting Jond'athan.
Oh, yike.
Wow. Okay. Raina, as we walk, let me ask you. You were studying the... What is it called? The hexblades?
The Dawn War.
You were studying the Dawn War.
Well,
Did you mention that... Did I hear you mention that Jond'athan's hexblade can sense Kate's?
Yes. Jond'athan knew when Cade was in the city.
Does that work in reverse?
You would know, Audra, that in the past, Shadowcleaver has warned Cade that he felt another hexblade. That was that was before you met Jond'athan. You were in the city of not the city, the town of Diston.
Yeah. That was
and
before
Shadowcleaver,
the
and
stream
Shadowcleaver,
started.
and Shadowcleaver warned Cade that he could sense another hexblade.
Okay.
My studies, my
Interesting.
specialty, it's a theory I have of the conversion of divine energy to arcane energy. Different forms of magic transforming one to another. One example of this that has been found is gods, beings of divine power, creating hexblades, beings of arcane power. The kind of magic Cade does is arcane.
Let's, if we're theorizing, and Audra messes up that word, if once the divine is transformed into the arcane? Like it's no
That's-
longer divine, it's arcane.
I believe so.
Does it still have a link to the divine, or is it its own?
This is a new form of study. We are in I am in uncharted waters. I was getting very little, and then Cade showed up. I read that book on hexblades, and I saw that transference, and I couldn't stop thinking of the implications.
Which are...
Gods are beings of unimaginable power, but divine power has its own limitations, just as arcane power does. Arcane power cannot bring people back from the dead. At least not their soul. They can reanimate corpses as mere puppets. But the true bringing someone back from death is something that arcane spellcasters have yet to emulate. If you could turn an infinite source of godly energy into arcane power, which can sometimes... Arcane power is the practice... I apologize. I am used to talking about this with scholars. She doesn't mean that like, you know.
Sorry,
I'm used to talking to smart people.
Audra tries really hard not to be offended, and she like suppresses the urge to rage.
I mean, I'm used to talking about this with arcane spellcasters.
Right, of course.
People who've already studied the weave.
Sure.
Arcane power, it's bending reality to your will. Divine power is part of reality. Gods are the people, the beings that shaped the world.
Interesting. Okay. What do you think is going to happen to Cade when we fully form his sword?
I don't know.
You saw, I mean, you were...
The way Jond'athan wields his is simply a weapon. I've seen him... It looked like he was in conversation, although he wasn't speaking. It was in his mind. It was never lengthy. It looked more like he was irritated. He wields it like a tool, not like a partner.
Interesting. Okay. What? I feel like I'm interrogating you, I'm sorry.
It's quite alright.
What do you know of the Raven Queen?
My studies are limited in that field. I know a little more about her than I do of other gods, primarily because I know she is one of the gods who mostly created the hexblades. There was another. I never read of Shadowcleaver, but there was some armor called the Deathwalker's Ward. That was one example. Death Razor, a Black Razor rather.
Did you know that she's missing? Or that people say that she's missing, that she's just gone?
I didn't.
I don't know a whole lot about gods. I'm really new to this whole thing. I didn't even really think they were a real thing. How can one just go missing? Like, it just...
I'm not a priest, Audra.
Is there one here? Is there a church here?
I believe so. I believe they mostly worship Irathis here. But there could be. Most places do have some form of shrine to the Raven Queen for when their loved ones pass away.
I think maybe after we reconvene, I might go take a visit.
Very well. We'll have some things to do here, so we may be here for a few days.
Okay.
Let me just contact Longshadow. And she's just gonna step aside and you see her mutter, and then I know where they are, and she leads you to the copper cup.
Man, I'm so jealous I can't do that.
To get you guys some sending stones.
Yeah. Shopping episode next week. I'm down.
I feel like the whole walk back, Audra would just be kind of like probing her questions about like magic stuff, but she'd be getting super frustrated because Audra's magic that she has so far is divine and hers is arcane, and she's just like, I don't know.
So if you did describe that power to her, she would definitely confirm with you that is divine power. And that what you're doing is not arcane spellcasting. So if that's not something Audra knew, that is something she knows now.
Good to know. Okay.
Okay.
Okie doke. Alright. And yeah, before too long, you make your way to the Copper Cup Inn. Inside, it's like you went to. I'm assuming you guys have a table
Mm.
And yeah, inside it's like it's pretty quiet. Still fairly early in the day. And yeah, it's nice, homely. There's some like long tables, some round tables. Just bar at the back. Reminds you a little bit of Herman's Inn. It's a similar kind of aesthetic, but nowhere near as grand. Like this is the kind of inn that Herman would have emulated, or perhaps the other way around. Perhaps all these inns are mere imitations of Herman's.
Oh.
Does Audra know about Arathis?
Make me a religion check.
Oh, shit. What dice do we... We'll do this one.
I'm gonna guess no.
Religion. 5.
No.
Shit.
Name doesn't even ring a bell.
Okay.
It's not something you've ever been
Okay.
interested in.
Dang. Okay. So, this is adorable. I love this place.
Reminds me of that one we went to that Hummin made. Remember that?
The Terminus Tavern.
Terminus Tavern.
Ah, where we met.
A while ago. It was like forever ago now.
How long has it been?
DM?
Like 6 months.
No. Nowhere near.
'Cause we traveled for a long time.
We've
So,
traveled a lot.
like when we were on the
Um,
sea, it was several months. So
It wasn't several. It was a few weeks.
Oh, was it? Oh, I thought you said it was like 2
I
months.
think it's been about 4 months. Aaron could
Okay.
tell me for certain because he's been keeping
I was
track.
gonna say, I knew
putting
Aaron was
characters
keeping track of
Mm.
in-game time, but...
I think it's been about 4 months.
Feels like forever
Okay.
ago.
Okay. We're going to spend 4 months here then.
Oh, jeez.
It's a little cold for that. So, let's maybe start talking about next steps, right?
Right.
We've gathered a lot of people know now.
Mm-hmm.
We're still going to Port Obsidor to ultimately to make Shadow Cleaver whole, right?
Right.
And-
if we can destabilize the cult along the way.
Yes,
Oh, I
that's
would
what I was
assume
going to ask. Do we want to
Definitely.
look into anything whilst we're here? So far, we've turned up nothing, but we've only learned of it recently. I mean, the hold on Kaeth Solen was pretty strong, and if we can
But-
start weakening them in places, it might cause a domino effect, or at least weaken their hold on other places due to their lack of connections.
It would make sense that you don't eat the whole meal at once, you take it a bite at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Great.
do we want to look into anything here, or?
I suppose, Reina, maybe you might be able to figure out how much of a hold they have here through your satellite school?
Perhaps. It's a good place to start.
I'd say that's a good spot to start for information, definitely.
I agree.
Hmm.
I think as
should-
well, where we was looking for allies to take down Jond'athan and to fight this battle. Through fighting the cult and taking it a bite at a time and wearing down their abilities, we're going to make more and more allies along the way.
This is true. A good way to make, well, you know what they say. It's a good way to make allies. It's to
I mean, oppression
What's-
creates
what's
oppressed
saying?
people, so
We simply need to reveal to them that they're being oppressed. We simply need to reveal to them that they're being oppressed.
I'm very good at
Exactly.
telling hard truths. It's something of my speciality.
the enemy of our enemy is our friend. That's the
what?
saying I was looking for.
Is that relevant at all? Who is
Well,
the
I
enemy?
mean- The enemy is the cult.
So who's the enemy of the enemy?
Are the people who are trying to fight the cult, Jason?
So
People
the
we-
people who are trying. Okay, I understand. So the people
Yeah.
who are trying to fight the cult, they're
Yeah.
also our friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the you know, when you explain it, it kind of loses its. Okay. Anyway.
Raina looks into the camera like she's on The Office.
Audra had just tuned you out at that point. She was very deep in thought.
Our first fourth wall break.
So, if no one has any objections, I believe the mage school to be a good place to start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would agree.
Very well. I'll be heading there if anyone wants to join me.
Absolutely.
Long Shadow?
It'll stand up.
Yes, I would like to see this satellite of the academy.
I thought you
very
was
Oh,
a
Shadow, you sound different. You good? Is it the
I
cold
think
air?
he sounds exactly the same.
What the fuck are you talking about, Kate?
Oh,
I know, Kate. Just
He
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
actually say
I'm
that.
sorry. I'm sorry. What the hell are you talking about, Kate?
He doesn't actually say
hey,
that.
Long Shadow, tell us your biggest, darkest secret.
yeah.
No.
I love the build up there. No.
Very well.
Um,
In that case, let's be off. Pushes up.
Well-
Pushes out.
I would like to go to the church that you were talking about earlier, Raina.
If you'd like.
Yes, I think I'll go there. If anybody would like to join me, that's fine, but I'll be going there.
I'll come with. Which church is it for?
Audra already forgot, and she looks at Raina.
Raven Queen.
I
Were you
thought the
going to
church
the one
was
in Raven Queen or to the one to Erathis?
Probably Arathis and then the Raven
Okay.
Queen.
I'll come to keep you company, but I don't see how much help the gods can be to us.
Can we talk about really quick about what we know, grand scope of things, right? The cult wants to take over the continent. They want the hexblade to do this. The Raven Queen is missing.
Mm-hmm.
The queen that she controls, I mean, she doesn't control death, right? But she makes sure that death is like a thing and that people cross over and she's like the guide
She
or whatever.
doesn't- Yeah, she's kind of the guide and kind of, I guess, make sure people stay there effectively.
There was a really nice Furbolg that tried to explain it to me once.
She is the god of the passage.
Yeah.
She's in charge of seeing souls to their rightful place.
So if she's gone, that's worrisome. So what's the connection there, right? So you have a blade made
Mhm.
by the Raven Queen, but she's gone. She's in charge of passing, and the whole way that they want to control the continent is by putting somebody named Soros in power.
No, Soros was like the old emperor.
And he's the person they want to put in power.
Then yeah, it's
It's a new Soros.
yeah.
Oh.
Is it new?
It's a guy.
Is it new?
It's
a new.
What
it's
you
a
know?
new
It's
guy
a
calling himself Soros.
it's a guy
It's a
named
vampire.
You'd like his surname. Soros Corvus.
Oh yeah. So that where's the Raven Queen?
I don't know, and that seems like a big question that I don't think anyone has the answer to right now. But perhaps through fighting the cult and learning more about what they know, we might learn some things. But I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's part of a
How do we
greater
know
threat.
that?
Hmm?
How do we know that they're even really gone? Because people are still dying. You know, here in the real world, people are dying. So how is it that the Raven Queen is gone? She might not even be
Well,
gone.
She's
I
not in
mean-
charge of death. She's in charge of the passage. She's in charge
Yeah.
of what happens after death. So it's like people can
So
still
where
die.
are all those people who are dead?
They
no,
could
no.
be floating around us right now.
Exactly. Where are their souls? Are their souls going to the right place?
Have you seen any
Exactly.
dead people?
I don't know. This is what I'm not. La, 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 la. Dead people. I just learned about this stuff.
Exactly. But
It bothers me.
It bothers me too, greatly, but there's not really much we can do without the lack of information, which is why we should definitely hunker down, do whatever research we can, fight against the cult if possible, learn what we can from them, and perhaps we'll get somewhere.
I'm going to the church.
All right. That sounds like a good plan.
Okay,
Oh,
team. And break. And yeah, you each head off in your separate directions. Cade, Longshadow, and Raina heading to the Satellite Academy, and Longshadow and Audra headed to the church. And that is where we're going to leave it for today. Woo! Thank you for joining us, everyone. It's been
Going
great.
to church.
Take me to church.
I was gonna.
Copyright strike.
I don't know the words.
No.
I'll worship like a dog, the dog of your dog. And
Something about dogs. Woof.
thank you for joining us. We will be back next Saturday, same time, same place, for
Always.
more the Sorodin Chronicles.
I was about to say, this show is a mimic.
Yeah, it is more This Show is a Mimic, and more the Sorodin Chronicles. Join us on Friday for Dungeons and Demigods at 8:30 GM. No, 8:30 GMT. What was it? 8.
Something.
Come at 8 PM. Come at 8 GMT, and if we're there at 8:30, you'll just be half an hour early.
Wow.
Thank you for joining us. It's been great. Thank you for joining us next week for what's bound to be a shopping session and a massive lore dump. Fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.